Hello everyone and welcome. Screw the normal intro because Halo Infinite is looking pretty freaking amazing for the multiplayer reveal. It was nowhere near as long as a lot of us had predicted. The whole thing probably clocked in at around 7 or 8 minutes. But we got a couple of minutes looking at the multiplayer. It's awesome, it's here, and there's a lot going on. So let's break this down and let's have our first look at Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Wait, did you guys catch that? I'm not sure if you did, but in the first half second of this trailer, there's a Spartan sliding, so it's back from Halo 5. I don't have any big issues with sliding because it's not over the top like it is in Call of Duty, I feel. So it's more of something that's been there since Halo 5 that 343 added as a movement mechanic. So this is one of the signs that Halo Infinite's going to have a bit of a blend of so many different aspects of different Halo multiplayers. So the slide is back, and it looks like the movement system that is in this game will allow players to move reasonably fast. I'm not particularly sure if that's something that everyone in the community is going to be a big fan of. I know some people are still even against sprint being in the game. But let's not get bogged down a minute in already on the first second. So next up, we see some kind of cinematic. It looks like there's going to be some kind of context to why Spartans are killing one another. Before it was War Games on Infinite. I'm not sure what's going on now, but either way, it doesn't matter. We're here for the other stuff. Then we have a CQB Spartan that has a similar weapon and also armor customizations. Then we have another bit of a half-second moment which I think should be highlighted, and that's this little still here. So in it we've got a Ghost, Chopper, Warthog, and 2 Wasps. Now, this is a bit of a weird combination. You would never see that at the start of a normal multiplayer game, and 2 of the same vehicle that is a bit overpowered. So I'm not sure if that's that ordnance drop thing that they end up talking about later, but I guess we'll have to see. The next thing that really stuck out to me was Spartan coloring at this moment, because the enemy Spartans seem to have red outlines in this area, but in the rest of the trailer, I can't see any clear signs of it being as obvious. According to 343, they have created a friend or foe system which helps in-game by giving you an outline. Now, apparently it's not in the trailer, but it is going to be in-game. So yes, some equipment was used, but I think that red outline is our only hint at how the friend or foe system works in-game. The next moment, the Spartan calls out their own snapshot and is like, yeah, no scope, bitch. I think that was freaking awesome. I love that. And then, holy shit, Batman, we've got ourselves a pretty freaking trippy looking gun. This thing's curving bullets around corners and shit like that. So I have no idea what's going on with that. And I'm very interested to see if this is some kind of new banished tech weapon. This thing looks pretty freaking crazy. Then we have the badass Spartan with the gravity hammer. I'm glad the hammer is back. You can't have a Halo game without it, but he does some weird shit. He reflects that overcharged plasma right back at the other guy's face. But when you slow it down real slow, you can kind of see this sort of Captain America shield that he has on his left arm that he kind of expanded. And this is confirmed by the 343 article that joins the reveal, because it is called a repulsor, just like what Iron Man has. And this thing is going to deflect enemy projectiles back at them. So it's pretty goddamn cool. I just want to see what the limits are. Then we're introduced to having AIs with you in multiplayer. This GLaDOS sounding AI is apparently one that you can customize according to the 343 article. There's something to unpack there for another video, but I want to focus on what's important instead, the gameplay. This Spartan uses the grappling hook twice really quickly, and I think that a lot of people wouldn't really have paid enough attention to that part, because when you've got equipment like that, you want to make sure there's some kind of cooldown or a limited number of uses. So I am kind of interested to see that in-game, but for now, let's focus in on what's next. Next up, we've got this new multiplayer map, and it looks freaking gorgeous. I love it. And there's so many Halo things going on there. You've got grav lifts and sort of like jumping stations, so many little hills you can do some cool stuff on. I love it. And there's a lot of stuff that's kind of, echoing just classic Halo multiplayer, which is great. There's this ordnance drop of a Banshee, which I think is very interesting, and I can't comment on until we know more. about how all of that works, because it does remind me a hell of a lot of Halo 5, and I don't like that system, and I certainly don't want overpowered vehicle spam. Like, is it difficult to ask for balance? Like, please, 343, I just want balanced multiplayer that isn't unfair. If you can give me that, I'll play the shit out of Infinite. But just to rewind for a couple seconds here, the Spiker, from what we can see in this trailer, there's 2 moments that it's used, and it seems to be a mix between a sniper and also an anti-vehicle weapon, because it takes out this sniper Spartan here in one shot, and it's not even a headshot. So this gun seems pretty freaking crazy, and I'm not sure what the reload time is on that, because, yeah, the guy just drops it straight up and is like, nah, not using that again, and then goes for the Banshee. Then we have a couple Spartans doing a classic flag run. It's great, I love it. It's classic Halo multiplayer, hauling ass and just getting back to base, and they take down a Wasp as well. Look, there's not really a whole lot that can be said on that end. That's normal multiplayer reveal stuff. Then Oddball is back, which is great, and it looks like the drop shield, you can use it with some good teamwork and have a really cool effect, and same with the fusion coils. One thing I did want to comment on is this Master Chief you can see on the wall there. I don't know if that's part of the map or if that is part of some kind of Call of Duty-esque graffiti thing that you can do on the maps and areas of the walls. If that is what I think it is, I don't want it anywhere near Halo. I don't want it to touch my precious Halo multiplayer. Maybe this is just my opinion in this, but I feel as if that's a gimmick to kind of bring in people from other games, and I disagree with it. I think Halo should focus on being Halo and not try to grab things from other games, because we've seen what happens when they try that, and it doesn't work. But I think that's probably something that I shouldn't unpack too much. But let's not focus on the bad stuff, because holy crap, this samurai armor is freaking awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it looks badass as hell. So I'm big on that. I'm 100% gonna be wearing that armor in Halo Infinite. Love the skill move to grab the sword as well. I think it's badass, and I think that there's definitely a lot of thought that's been put into the multiplayer. So yes, let's go. So the feeling that I get from Halo Infinite is that they've put in these mechanics that can be used in lots of different areas of the game, and you can then take advantage of these mechanics to then shit on other players, but it does things in a way that doesn't feel anywhere near as cheap as Halo 5. It feels like they've put thought into these, and you actually have to use what's around you to your advantage. It's not just jump in the air and brr, Spartan slam. It's not like that. So I am a big fan of that, and I really like the general feel of this multiplayer. There's a couple of things I want more information about, but that will be coming tomorrow, actually. We're going to be getting another premiere, which is coming from the developers directly, so 343 employees will be talking about what we have just seen, and kind of explaining how it all works in the actual game. So hopefully that means we might get some more in-game screenshots and not just constant flashes back and forth like a trailer. But that's been our first look at Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. But feel free to leave your comments on what you think about Halo Infinite's multiplayer down below, and I'll see you all on the next one. I've been Kiv, and I'm out.